All right, welcome to AutoCAD assignment number 1. This is obviously a much different program um, than some of the others that we've used, but it is one of the most widely used programs out there, especially for basic DXFs or floor plans or any kind of architectural work. So it is widely used across our industry. So you do want to have some proficiency in it. You don't have to necessarily be an expert in it, but you do want to know how to manipulate some items. So that is exactly what we're going to try to accomplish in this course. So this is again AutoCAD project number 1. So what we're looking at is simply this little shape here. So we're going to go ahead and again, I've given you the tutorials on how to kind of set it up, what the interface looks like, how to do your basic drawing. This is going to be the first actual assignment though, so you should know how to do a couple of these steps prior, but I am going to go through it so you can kind of see how I would attack or how I would approach this quick little drawing here. So I'm going to just start out by doing File New. You should go to your regular templates. You should have I like to go ahead and set up templates for each of my types of drawings. For instance, I said this one is going to be fractional inches, so I'd go ahead and set it up and have a template for fractional inches. If not, that's perfectly okay. You can use the standard AutoCAD template. It's very easy to manipulate anyway, so I'm going to use just the standard one so you can see how I would do that. Again, my units were inches in fractional, and they were set up to 1/8 inch precision. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right away. So I'm going to go to my drawing utilities, units, and on that, I'm going to go ahead and set that again to fractional. I'm going to go 1/8 inch on my precision, and I'm on inches on my scale. Hit OK. And I'm fairly ready to start. The two things that I always do like to do before I start a drawing is go ahead and set my grid and set my snaps. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type in grid, and it's going to say, okay, what kind of spacing do you want? I like to typically use 1/2 inch spacing just as a nice visual. You can use a little bit bigger depending on the job size you're doing, but 1/2 inch typically works pretty well. You can toggle that on and off by simply clicking the grid, and you can see the grid coming on and off. The second one I like to do is my snap settings. So I went ahead and opened up snap. I'm going to turn snap on. Right now the snap is set at 1/2 inch, just like the grid. I'm actually going to take this down to 1/8 of an inch. So it's a little tighter. You can also do your object snaps to where it snaps on endpoints, center points, midpoints. These are all the ones that I typically like to use. I will use tangent from time to time depending on the drawings that I'm working with, but these are the basic ones that I like to use on a regular basis. I'm going to hit OK. And for this particular drawing, I'm going to start with just the perimeter, and that's usually what I'll do with any drawing is I'll start by setting up the perimeter. That way I know what I'm working with, and then I can kind of find a couple midpoints or center lines to work off of. That's going to help me execute this drawing. So I'm just going to use a rectangle, and I'm going to set it down somewhere here, and I want this thing to be 7.5 wide, so I type in 7.5 and I hit tab to get over to my other side. Now I'm going to do 4.5, enter. So this is the entire size of my drawing that we're doing right here. Okay, so what I want to do next, or what I like to do next, is I like to go ahead and draw 2 center lines. So I'm going to go ahead and find the center point, come down there, and do the same thing. To get in this menu here where I repeat, I just simply right click, and it can go to repeat line. I'm going to find that midpoint there. Now if you're wanting to be a little bit more technical with these, you can also change these line types. So up here, you can change what the line type actually looks like. So if you do want, say, like a dotted line, you can simply type load, and there is something called a hidden line that is very useful. We can also load up a center line. Either one of these become very useful whenever you're drawing here. So if I want to take this and change that to a center line. Do the same thing with that one. So now I know that those are center lines, and sometimes I'll actually go in with those particular lines and I'll change the colors on them. That way I know that they're going to be deleted later. That's completely up to you. Everybody's a little bit different on that and how they like to work with this particular feature. So what I want to do next is I want to go ahead and start drawing. So I have this center line here drawn, and I have a center line coming over here. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually draw these diagonals in, and you can see these are at 60 degrees. Okay, so AutoCAD is very specific in how you draw. You can't just draw a line and then dimension it afterwards. It has to be dimensioned while you're drawing it. So I'm going to take a line, and I'm going to go from this point here, and I want to go up and at an angle, right? But I want to go at a 60-degree angle. Well, I can kind of play around till I get to 60 degrees, or I can simply just type in 60 degrees. And the way I do that is I'm going to go ahead and set a distance first. So I know that 4 inches covers that distance completely. Then I'm going to hit tab. That takes me over to my degrees, and I'm going to type in 60 exactly. That way I know I have a 60-degree line. Now I can repeat that process for the other 4 lines, or I can use a quicker option, which is to use my mirror command. So if I select on this line and I go up here and I hit mirror, it's going to say, okay, what is the first point line of mirror? I'm going to select this top point, go down to the bottom point. So it mirrors it across this center line over to the other side. Do you want to erase source object? No, I don't. So that one's done. Now I'm going to select both of them, and I'm going to do that exact same thing again, but this time I'm going to mirror it across this horizontal line. You can see how it mirrors. Boom. Now I have the 2 outside pieces done. Okay, so now I can come in here and I can start drawing this piece. So you can see from here, from the center line, I need to go over 1/2 of an inch, down 1/2 of an inch because it says it's 1/2 inch here, over 1 1/4, then back up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to grab my line. I'm going to go over 1/2 of an inch, so 0.5. I'm going to go down 0.5. I said over 1.25 or 1 1/4, and then back up. So it looks a lot like that little shape right there. It's good. Now I'm going to take that and do the exact same where I mirror it. So I'm going to select all 4 of these lines, and I'm going to mirror it again across the top. And then I'm going to do the same thing. So now I got 8 lines to select, and I'm going to mirror across the bottom. So now I have that shape already done. The only other thing I got to do is add in that middle rectangle here. So it says it's 2 1/8 by 1 1/2. It's 1 1/2 from the top, but it's also lined up directly with this line right here. So I already know that this is 1/2 of an inch. So if I just come down 1 more inch, that's my starting point. And then I have a rectangle that's 2 1/8 by 1 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle. I'm just going to draw it over here to the side. 2 1/8 by 1.5. So there's my rectangle. I'm going to draw another line that just goes from this point 1 inch down, and that's just going to be used for a construction line. So I'm going to delete it here in a second anyway. So now I'm just going to move this object from this point to that point, delete that line, and same thing, I'm just going to mirror this one to the other side because I want 2 of them. And now I have everything I need. The only other thing I need to do is go ahead and trim this out. So I'm going to use my trim command, and I'm going to start getting rid of these outside lines. There we go. I can go ahead and get rid of these lines. I don't need these mirrors anymore. I don't need these 4 lines. Now I have my basic shape. Okay, now if I want to add dimensions to it, it's pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and click my dimension tool. I actually like to usually go into the annotate tab. You get a few more dimensions options in here, that's up to you. I'm going to go dimension, and I'm going to start putting on all the dimensions. So first one I always do the biggest first, so length and width. So I'm going to go here to here, here to here. Those were my first two dimensions. I also had a dimension from here to here. I had another one from here to here. That was one. Another one here. And I believe I had another one. It says 2 inches right there. About 2 inches. And I got another one that is from here to here. That was a 1/2 of an inch. And here to here. Whoop. And then I had here to here and here to here. Alright, so that should be all the dimensions except for the angular one. So for that angular dimension, I'm going to go ahead and when I'm in my dimension command, so DIM, it allows you to tell what kind of dimension. It defaults to an aligned dimension or a linear dimension, so I'm just going to click angular, and it's just going to say, okay, what two angles do I want? I want this line, I want this line. It brings out that 60 degrees. Now you can see the formatting is a little bit off, and that's okay, so we're going to go ahead and fix that now. To do that, we're simply going to go to our dim style command, which that's going to be this right here. Open that up, and if that doesn't open for you, you can simply type dim style. That opens up that same command box. So this is showing the actual style of the dimensions. I'm going to click modify. And when I do that, it brings up this dialog box. The main thing I want to change here is my primary units, because the units were not changed to the main ones that I had for the drawing. So I'm going to change this to fractional just like I had before. 1/8 inch. That should be good. I'm going to hit OK. Hit close. Now all these should change accordingly. And that is project number 1. You just need to file, save as. You can save it as a DWG. Make sure you create a folder for all these, that you specify exactly where they're going. I prefer that you do first name, last name, and project title for all the file names, but again, that is up to you. As long as you have the file, I'm going to grade it, but first name, last name, project name always helps me in organizing the files. Alright guys, good luck. If you have questions, please reach out.